book to page 9. We're going to look at time signature. After you determine the key that you want to play a song in and you know which chords to play, you then have to establish the rhythm of the song. Since we're learning to play by ear, we won't get into an in-depth study of notes and rest. However, there are a few important details we need to understand in order to be able to play a song with a proper beat and rhythm. You remember the key signature example that we looked at earlier? It's right over here. If you were playing from sheet music, you would also see the time signature just to the right of the key signature on the first line of music. It might look something like this. Let me show you an example. I actually happen to have the hymnal open to What a Friend. So there's an example. It's 1 flat, that's the key signature. It's in the key of F, and the time signature 4/4. And you notice it's just on the first line, not on the other lines. In this example, the time signature is 4/4. The top number tells us how many beats there are per measure, and the bottom number tells us what kind of note equals 1 beat. In the above example, there are 4 beats per measure, and the quarter note equals 1 beat. This is the most common time signature and is in fact sometimes referred to as common time and indicated by the letter C instead of the numbers 4/4. See the box, keep learning. Since the purpose of this book is to present a simple method for playing piano by ear, we will not discuss note values here. However, as I stated earlier, I believe everyone should learn all they can about music, so don't stop with this course. Keep learning. Next thing is measures. In order to play an instrument by ear, you must be able to hear the rhythm and beat. Even if you don't see the music written, you have to keep the beat in your head and play accordingly with your fingers. Again, whether you see it written or not, the piece you're playing is divided into measures. In its written form, the musical staff is made up of 5 horizontal lines and various vertical lines called bar lines. These bar lines divide the song into measures. And again, I'll show you on the got the 5 horizontal lines, but then you've got the bar lines that divide the measures. Now after 4/4, the next most common time is 3/4. Notice that in both cases the quarter note is equal to 1 beat, but the point of interest for us is the top number, the number of beats per measure. So for our purposes, we will determine if a song has 3 beats per measure or 4 beats per measure. And let me show you an example of that from the hymnal. In this particular hymnal, if I go back a few pages to number 251, Amazing Grace, you'll notice the time signature is 3/4. We got 4 flats, so it's in the key of A flat. Time signature is 3/4, so 3 beats per measure. Now, perhaps the easiest way to learn this concept is by clapping the beat. First, clap and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You emphasize the 1 beat, so repeat that exercise a number of times. That is 4/4 time. But now let's count and clap 3/4 time. Again, we're going to emphasize the 1 beat and repeat the exercise a number of times, so we get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Easy, right? So easy, in fact, you'll notice on page 10, picture of my beautiful wife, and the question, does it really work? I've stated that a person can take this book and be playing the piano in church by the following Sunday. To test that bold statement, I asked my wife Marcia to be my test subject. She had no prior musical training before accepting the challenge. She began to study this book for the first time on a Wednesday, and the picture at right is her playing a song in our church service the following Sunday. It took lots of practice, says Marcia. It does require practice, lots of practice, but you can do it. Keep going. You'll be amazed at what you can do. And I'll see you next time. God bless you.